The day you have all been waiting for has finally arrived, because today we are going to start talking about some of the products that you need to buy so that you can get started with casting resin dice. Now, before I can dive into this, I do need to very quickly touch on resin safety. I know, but it would be incredibly irresponsible of me not to cover this at least a little bit in this video. I did decide not to dedicate an entire episode to this because I have other full-length episodes on my channel about resin safety already, and I can go ahead and link those in the description below, but I need to say a little bit, so just give me a second to say my piece and then we can talk about some fun stuff. First and foremost, if you are going to be working with epoxy resin, you need a respirator. No, a dust mask is not good enough. No, an N95 is not good enough. It needs to be a respirator, and the cartridges that the respirator needs to come with or that you need to purchase are called cartridges that filter out volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. This is non-negotiable. That's the cartridge you have to have. It is the only thing that is going to protect you from the fumes of the resin. I don't care if your resin bottle says that it's non-toxic. It is. It's only allowed to say that because resin is not toxic when it is fully cured, but it is toxic when it is not cured. So put on a respirator. Otherwise, just turn off my channel. Next, you need gloves to protect your hands for two reasons. Resin is sticky and that feels gross, but also resin is a toxic chemical, and touching resin, especially over time, can lead to all sorts of health problems, including contact dermatitis, which is nasty. Also, resin is one of those things that you might not be allergic to now, but with increased exposure, you can become allergic to. And if you become allergic to it, then you might not be able to work with it anymore, and what fun is that? So, nitrile gloves. Protect your hands. Also, if you can, I do recommend having something to put over your clothing. I use a lab coat when the weather is kind of normal, and I do have a dedicated sort of puffy winter coat that I only use for resin casting when it is very cold outside, like it is right now. I also have multiple resin sweatshirts that I leave out in the garage, and I'll rotate those through, but I have like 2 or 3 sweatshirts that I only wear when I'm casting resin. Finally, you really should cast in a room with ventilation. So open windows and a fan blowing out. If you don't have a room like that, casting outside might be an option depending on where you live as well. But even if you are casting outside, I want to make sure you know you still need that respirator. Got it? Okay, those are the basics. I have a full video that I will link in the description below if you want some more details about resin safety, and I promise I will show you my workshop setup down the line, and we can talk about other things to make it even safer, like resin casting tents. But for today, I know we are all really excited to move on to some of the fun stuff, and so today's video is all about resin starter kits. I decided to do it this way rather than showing you resins and showing you pigments and showing you inclusions, because this is a really economical way to get yourself just a little kit so that you can start playing with some different techniques and making dice in different ways without spending a ton of money. So I went to Amazon and I bought 4 resin starter kits. These are all readily available on Amazon, so most of you should have access to them. Those will also be linked in the description below. These are 4 different brands of resin, and I tried very hard to make sure they were all resin starter kits that came with coaster molds. And I did this intentionally because a lot of resin starter kits come with jewelry making stuff, and that's fun, but jewelry making comes with all these other things you need to buy, right? So, you know, the starter kit for the molds might come with silicone molds to make necklace charms, but then you still need to buy the chains and clasps and the fixings and the jewelry pliers. So I thought by picking resin starter sets that came with coaster molds, you could start experimenting right away, even if you don't have any dice molds yet. And it's a good introduction to working with resin before you necessarily get into making with dice. So that's why I chose coaster molds. And these are also varying price points. I also did that intentionally so that you could choose what price point was best for your comfort zone. Okay, let's go. Number 1, I have this Resin 247 starter kit. Let's see what's inside. Silicone mixing cups. This is what I use. Silicone mixing cups. Perfect. This is what you want. These are not nitrile gloves. These are like doctor exam room gloves. I wouldn't use these for casting resin, but you might want to save these for sanding and polishing your dice. These would be fine for that. This is crushed shells, I think. They're calling these little bottles resin powder, but I'm pretty sure it's just mica powder. And then we also have glow in the dark pigment. resin, of course. And then these are the molds. This is probably like an apron. We have 2 pipettes, which is enough to get started. Plastic stir stick. Tweezers. Hang on to every pair of tweezers that you can get your hands on because you will ruin them with resin. I don't care how careful you are, you're gonna mess them up. And then some more plastic kind of stir sticks. These are fine. I do prefer silicone stir sticks, but if this is all you can find in your resin starter kit, this is fine. This will get you what you need. Number 2, Let's Resin is definitely one of the top resin brands, resin lines on the market. So I knew that we should go over their starter kit. Let's Resin actually has a ton of starter kits, but again, I went with the one that had coaster molds. Coaster molds. We're gonna make a bunch of coasters, y'all. Plastic mixing cups. These are fine. I prefer the silicone ones. You get more use out of them. So overall, I think they're better on the environment, but these are fine. If this is what your starter kit comes with, this is fine. Also, not nitrile gloves. 5 pipettes. We've got some gold, silver, and copper flake. More coaster molds. Resin. And these are teeny tiny bottles of mica powder. And popsicle stick stir sticks. If you're really diligent about cleaning off your stuff when you're done casting, these are fine. 91% isopropyl alcohol. I should have mentioned that. Buy yourself a bottle of 91% isopropyl alcohol. It will be the best thing for cleaning off your stir sticks and your cups and your resin mat and all of that. Kisserol. Kisserol? Kisserol? I'm gonna say Kisserol. Kisserol? Resin. Sam, stop saying words. You're being weird. I don't remember what's in this one. Coasters, presumably. Okay. Oh, I think this one was one of the pricier ones. Okay. So, starting off, resin pigment is all it says. That could mean pigment paste or resin dye. It looks like resin dye. I'm gonna say this is resin dye. Couple bags of mica powder, just like your basic colors. That's good. Larger popsicle stir sticks. 6. What are these called? I just said it. Whatever. 6 of these. Tweezers. Dried flowers. I hate these. So these are like little plastic small cups for when you want to work like with different colors and stuff. These are just so thin though. I normally only use these for UV resin. These might be nitrile gloves. Hey. Okay. Plastic measuring cups. I don't like these. And the reason I don't like these is because the spacing is the same all the way up, but you can clearly tell that the volume is not the same all the way up, right? It's smaller on the bottom, it's wider on the top. The spacing should be differently. So if you use these to measure and mix your resin, especially if it's a super precise 2-part, like 1-to-1 ratio resin, you may get soft cures if you use these. I don't recommend these. These are fine for like mixing if you do your measuring with something else, but I don't recommend these for measuring. Your measurements are not going to be accurate. Save them for silicone though, down the line, because I do my silicone by weight, and that would be fine. Glitter! Mylar flakes. Coaster molds. Oh, these are big bottles. Big resin. I didn't show this in the other 2 boxes, but they did also come with instructions. These are gonna be important. Make sure you read your instructions on your resin before you start working with it. If it's gonna tell you your pot life and it's gonna tell you your cure time, what else is it gonna tell you? It's telling you how to pour and it's telling you about bubbles and mixing. Read this. This is the last one I only ordered 4 because I am poor. Oh, this is the box. What is the brand? What is this? Hang on. Tweezers! More dropper things. I'm trying to find the instruction manual. Hang on. This is T-Expert epoxy resin. Oh, another thing to look out for when you're looking at your instruction manual, it's gonna say 1-to-1. These are all 1-to-1 ratio resins, and the best way you're gonna know that is because the bottles are the same size. If it's a 2-to-1 ratio, you're gonna have 2 of one and 1 of the other, but just make sure you check. Okay, so resin, tweezers, coaster molds, droppers. Again, just says pigment, probably resin dye. A couple mica powders, not very many. More of these, I hate these. Little, same kind of concept. These are a little sturdier. And then some gold flakes. So these don't really come with much in the way of measuring, just these really, really tiny cups. So if you get this T-Expert starter kit, you're definitely gonna need bigger measuring cups because this is silly. And then there's probably an apron and then some popsicle stick stir sticks. So as you can see, all 4 of the resin starter kits I ordered are pretty different. A couple of them come with pigment dye and mica powder, which is nice because you can play with translucent materials, which is the pigment, and mica powder, which is not going to be translucent, that's going to be opaque. One of them came with glow-in-the-dark drops, which is fun. One of them came with flowers. Most of them came with foils. You just kind of see what's going to be important to you and what is in your price point. Look at those, see what you are interested in buying, and then go ahead and make that purchase based on what you are most interested in using this product for. I forgot that I bought this. This is not a resin starter kit, but this is sort of a resin casting starter kit. It doesn't come with any resin, but this is something that if you have a couple extra dollars to spend, I highly recommend. It's going to get you a long way in your resin casting experience, certainly with cleanliness and not ruining your crap. Here's what this came with. Lots of droppers, lots of stir sticks. These are plastic, but that's fine. Tweezers, some resin stirring stuff. These are all silicone, so the resin won't stick to the top, and it comes with 4 of them. Lots of mixing cups. We've got 4 of a really good size. So like, for example, if you wanted to get that casserole starter kit, but we don't like those measuring cups, you could use these measuring cups. Also, it's got 4 of these tiny silicone ones, which is great for separating different colors. I never really use these teeny ones unless I am using UV resin, but it's something to put aside. But most importantly, this set came with 2 mats. And having a silicone mat in your workspace is going to make life so much easier, because if you miss a spot with cleanup or whatever, you don't have to worry about it. Resin does not stick to silicone. So this kit came with 2 mats, which I think is great. If you're really messy, you can lay them side by side, or you can position one for your actual resin and dice mold that you're working with at the moment, and then maybe position the other one for your tools, your mixing sticks, whatever. This is something that I would highly recommend you purchase in addition to one of these resin starter kits. And it's gonna give you really everything you need to get started. You'll have your safety stuff, you'll have your resin, some pigment, some measuring cups, some nice mixing sticks, tweezers, and you'll be all set. This is what I would recommend you go ahead and purchase if you are ready to start your dice making adventure. Pick one of these 4 resin starter kits and purchase this or something like it. You'll be able to get started casting coasters immediately. But just for getting started, this is what I want to focus on. Get a resin starter kit, get some silicone tools, and then we're going to talk about the best molds for your money, and then we can make some dice. Leave me a comment down below and let me know which of these resin starter sets most appeals to you, or if you have another one that you're more interested in trying. If you like this video, please make sure you hit that like button, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. I will be back next week. Oh my God. I got those everywhere.